Hello, my name is Addie,
And I'm Jackson.
and today we're going to talk about Menendez brothers, a true crime case that took place in 1989.
Lyle and Eric were two young siblings who took the lives of their parents, Jose and Kitty.
In the summer of 1989 in Beverly Hills, California, lived the Menendez family. From the outside, the Menendez family had the perfect home with luxury cars, private school, and loving family. However, there are many secrets that were kept on the inside.
Eric Menendez was the younger of the two brothers, born in 1970. He was known as the quieter and more sensitive brother than his older brother, Lyle. Eric was a high school tennis star, however, his father put intense pressure on him. Lyle was born in 1968. He was outgoing and confident and often took the lead in family social life. Lyle went to Princeton but later got expelled for academic dishonesty. He was known for his ambition to live up to his father's high expectations.
On the night of the crime, Jose and Kitty were watching TV in the living room of their mansion. Eric and Lyle were in the car, and they went into the house. They had two big shotguns, and they shot their parents at point-blank range and more than one time.
Kitty tried to run but was shot before she could get out. After the murders, the brothers drove away to dispose of their weapons. They returned home and called 911, trying to create an alibi for where they were the night it happened, trying to play it off as a home invasion.
When the police arrived at the house, there were no signs of forced entry, making it suspicious that it would be an invasion. Another key detail is that Lyle and Eric were hysterical when talking to the police. They were crying, screaming in grief, but ultimately they cooperated with the police. Over the next few months of the investigation, the brothers spent large amounts of money on luxury items, which seemed unusual for grieving sons. Eric finally gave in and confessed to his psychologist, Dr. Oziel, that he and his brother killed their parents.
A prime suspect was a mafia hit from their dad's business. One of the main factors of them saying it was forced entry so that it could have been a business meeting at the Menendez estate and stuff went south and Jose was killed and his wife too as collateral. The apprehension of identification of Lyle and Eric Menendez did not happen through traditional forensic evidence or eyewitnesses. Instead, the case broke open due to lavish spending habits and confession made to a therapist. One very big piece of evidence is the Ozo recordings. On these tapes, the brothers describe in big detail how and why they killed their parents. There were 3 trials of the case, all convicting the two brothers. The first one in 1993 was a mistrial, and then the second one in 1995, they were convicted of murder in the first degree and life in prison. The third trial in May 2025, they got their sentence legally reduced to 50 years because of their claims of the abuse.
For 22 years, the brothers were housed in separate California prisons without the possibility of parole before they got resentenced. Both brothers are heavily involved in rehabilitation. Decades later, a massive cultural shift occurred regarding the understandings of male sexual abuse, trauma, and domestic violence. Both Lyle and Eric are in support groups for inmates who have also experienced sexual abuse.
I think that the case is really interesting because of the reasons and motives that the brothers killed their parents, and that it did get justified to an extent of what they did. That is it, and all we have for now. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment on anything interesting you have to share about the case, and be sure to subscribe.